What's cracking, motherfuckers? Man, I really hope this recording doesn't go corrupt because I've been trying to. Apparently, since my computer got rebooted, the files aren't coming out to MP4s naturally, so I have to convert them, and then sometimes it doesn't work. So let's hope for the best here. Give the best audio quality I can and such. So yeah, we're going up against Matt, the champion from I believe 2 seasons ago at this point. No, 3 seasons ago. Yeah, 2 seasons ago was Jared. Last season was LeJon. So LeJon's the man to beat. He always sort of is because of his status quo in the draft community. But now he's even more of a headhunt for all IPA McGear competitors out there. But for now, we have Matt in our way for week 1, and for all my goodness, for those who don't know about Matt, he's a very unpredictable battler in the very beginning because he gets very, very predictable as the weeks go by. But when it's week 1, you literally have no idea what the man's gonna bring. So and I happen to be the one that got the roll of the dice. So really, this was like scarier matchups I could have gotten because he has a pretty weird team, but it's also pretty good. But I guess I should make this both my draft analysis plus my week 1. So let me go into my draft analysis really quick. You can see, you should be able to see my cursor. If you can, I'm numero 10, number 10 on Josh. And you may be wondering if that first round pick is exactly what you think it is. And well, let me tell you one thing, it definitely is. Because, let me explain something to you real quick. So, I've noticed that there has been a sleeper throughout the IPA. In fact, this is season 9, and throughout all 9 seasons, not once has this Pokemon been picked by not just McGear, but neither Minior nor Minum in the one season that existed prior to season 9. So I was like, okay, people aren't seeing the true magic behind Spinda, and let me explain the magic behind him. Not only can he actually somewhat do damage on the field if he gets the chance without dying, but he's the equivalent of what you would call the 12th man. If you guys don't watch sports, particularly football, the 12th man is a reference to the fans because they're essentially another player on the field that gives the home field a tremendous advantage. And for us, Spinda is going to be our 7th man for the most part. Spinda is going to be out there dancing for us, and he's going to give us the spirit that we need to win every week. At the very worst, as many weeks as possible. And Spinda is going to be that Pokemon. And without him, we would probably have an existential crisis, and my team wouldn't be able to do anything. So, yeah, Spinda, he was the mon that I wanted for sure. He was worth the round 1 pick. I could not risk going away. So, it was a round 1 pick for me. Then the rest of my team was built around grassy terrain with Suicune. I wanted Heatran, but Kirsty took it, so I can't be too mad. Kirsty's like an OG, and like probably the closest person in draft for me, next to Hunter, and Max, I should say. But nonetheless, we got Bulu, we got Suicune. Very good combo together. Suicune is very hard to kill, and with grassy terrain plus leftovers plus protect, it can make Suicune pretty good with Calm Mind and such. You get the drill. Bulu is its own threat in its own way, forces poison coverage when you don't really want it. And I have quite a bit of bonds on my team that can take advantage of that, so that's also pretty cool. Balion, you know what it does. It can taunt, it can stealth rock, it can close combat, it can swords dance, it can magnet rise, it can calm mind, it can iron head flash cannon. It can stone edge. Am I missing anything? It can sacred sword for Snorlax, whatever. Scolipede, spike, toxic spikes, swords dance, speed boost, mega horn, poison jab, not the taunt pass because we don't work that way. Paliswine, you know what it does. It's the best mono in the game. Entei, I can do just banded stuff. Mandibuzz, defensive as fuck. Reuniclus, defensive as fuck, but it can also hit like a truck. Mega Ampharos is one of those mons who made me thinking, wow, that's your dragon? I'm like, yeah, brother, that's going to be my dragon for the season. With Grassy Terrain, I felt like it could be reasonably cool, but we'll see. And then Rotom, because spin blocking is also pretty cool. Plus, I like the opportunity of having a dragon. So, that's very excellent, very fantastic. So, we have Matt. Wait, give me a second. I'm like messaging somebody in particular. It's gonna take like 5 seconds. I could pause, but like the amount of editing that would take would be a little too much for me. So So yeah, we got Matt. I'm so sorry about that, by the way. So yeah, we got his team of Mega Charizard X Abomasnow, so he decided to take into the festivity of having a questionable pick, I should say. And round 2 he picked Abomasnow. Then he picked up Starmie, Gliscor, Florges, Magnezone, Mesprit, Muck, Alola, Zoroark, and Mega Audino, because Matt is probably the best Mega Audino user in the IPA. I hate having, well, yeah, I would say he is. And plus he's just known for drafting it, so. Anyways, he has a very threatening team, but Matt's one of those guys where he's really cookie cutter for the most part with his the monos that he chooses. So I expected literally the first 6. Like, I know Abomasnow's number 2, but Abomasnow grassy terrain really beats my ass because he could potentially run like Banded Woodhammer, and that would 2KO Bulu with ease, obviously with terrain. Destroy Suicune, it would hit go down like a motherfucking truck. Specs would even work in its own manner, since Giga Drain would be great for Palossine, great for grassy terrain boost. Giga Drain in particular, Coballant easily taking like 70% from that, like without a doubt. So I highly expected Choice Specs or just Abomasnow to come in general. It was excellent against my team, I felt. And then Mega Charizard is just good. Starmie spun forever against Palossine if it's the right set, the defensive recover set. So I was like, okay, that's gonna come along. Gliscor is just great. Like, it's good for Scolipede in particular because it takes an Aqua Tail pretty well, even as the Aqua Tail, depending on the set and depending on the HP that it's at. Florges is just good. Magnezone was fantastic against my team, and the thing I was worried about in particular was the combination of Magnezone plus either Muck or Zoroark, because my only real check to specs Magnezone is playing around it properly with Palossine plus Suicune, or just going to my AV Reuniclus. And the problem with that is if he Volt Switches on me, then he can get a Pursuit off. That does a tremendous amount to my my Reuniclus, and it's not very good. So I was sort of worried about that. If he chose to go in that route, that would have been pretty threatening. So anyways, let's just get on to the team. Yeah, we let off with Tiger Woods, who's the mono I wanted to build around. Magnet Rise, Swords Dance, Iron Head, Close Combat. It's 100% a way to set up on Gliscor. Just very easy. Enough speed to outspeed the Zoroark. I didn't want to screw around with the speed creeps. I don't know how Matt really preps, to be honest. I've seen his teams. I just don't really like see how well he creeps, I should say. But yeah, the combination of these 4 moves could just do pretty good. Like, he has a Starmie. I know there's not much I can do about that. But I have a Reuniclus, I have a Suicune. Well, I guess realistically Suicune is Reuniclus is my only counter, but with the set that I am, I really can't get hurt too badly by it, so it's not that bad. And I expected a defensive set, so even if he just fires off Scalds, Reuniclus will take that for days. And my next set is AV Reuniclus. Yeah, Coballant was pretty self-explanatory, but I can go into the set on this thing. So yeah, the investment is enough to take a Specs Volt Switch into a Pursuit from Muck very easily. Like, I don't even have to worry about dying to that at all. And then I just needed 4 moves, so Shadow Bolt for Starmie, Focus Blast for, what was it? I wish I could remember, I'm gonna have to check. Wow, embarrassing, I know. Abomasnow and Magnezone and Audino, because he would never Mega with Audino, it would just be there with a Mega Stone. So that's cool. And then I can have Psychic and knock off for Pokemon like Muck. If it comes in, I can knock off the Black Sludge or the AV. And then Psychic just for overall stab. And obviously base 125 special attack is base 125 special attack, so I'll still be hitting like a truck, which is fantastic. Next is Suicune. Very toxic set, very aid set, but it's the best thing I have for Zard. So unfortunately, that's just the way I have to go. And unfortunately, I just can't have Grassy Terrain to take advantage of this set even more. But yeah, this shit like just goes ham on him. Like, Natural Cure Starmie is definitely a thing that he can have, but if he happens to be analytic, this will stop it pretty easily. Next, we have Choice Benedente, because again, defensive Starmie is realistically his only switch into this, but it takes like 35% from Sacred Fire probably. Plus burn potential, plus rocks, I can do a tremendous amount of damage to that. And if I have to, I can just stay in and try to hit it hard, but obviously Sacred Fire only has 8 PP, so I can't realistically do that. Plus Extreme Speed's fantastic for Zoroark. If it takes a couple rounds of rocks, it's dead. So I also like that a lot, won't lie to you. And then just overall, besides that, nobody likes to take fire coverage. The Zard X obviously 410 resist, but that's why I have edge, and I take any hit from it because Entei is just tremendously bulky. Like 115, 85, 75 is ridiculous. For a mon, I can hit like a motherfucking truck. And let me see. Next, I have Walterium Z Scolipede. I thought about Granium Z, won't lie, but I felt like Walterium Z made more sense because at +2 it just destroys Zard anyways. So I was like, okay, that works. And obviously without grassy terrain, I don't need to have Groundium Z, because at first I was gonna bring Bulu, but and obviously with potential grassy terrain, my Earthquake wouldn't even be able to kill Zard at +2, but Groundium Z would. But yeah, Walterium Z does the job. So yeah, SD3 attacks is just the way to go in this set. I thought about Adamant because Matt might not bring super fast Zoroark, but I just didn't want to fuck around with that. That was just not what I wanted to do. And then lastly is my Young Swine, the Paliswine. Just a set that can take a lot of special hits. This takes like Flash Cannon, like a boss for Magnezone if it specs. If it leads to fit, I kill it. But I was sort of like last time I had a Magnezone matchup with a Paliswine, it was Air Balloon Magnet Rise. So even if I would have predicted the switch on the Air Balloon, it would Magnet Rise the next turn. So obviously I don't know if Matt has that foresight, but that did happen prior to in my experience. So I was sort of keen about that. But either way, rocks are just what I sort of prioritize because he does have a Charizard, and I do want damage on that ASAP. Well, as soon as I can to get damage on it, that'd be fantastic. If I can force a Roost that gives free switch-ins to like Suicune and potentially Reuniclus and even this Pokemon, I can just hit with Earthquake pretty hard. So yeah, let's just get right into the replay. Here, let me put this on. Yeah, no, I'll put it on. I'll keep it on normal. I just need to make sure I have access to the play button. Right there. Can I click on that? Yeah, I can. Okay, so I'll just leave it turn 1. I'll show you what he has. He brought everything I expected besides the Zoroark. He brought it over the Abomasnow, but like I said, the combination of a Pursuit Trapper potentially plus Magnezone was in my mind, so that didn't surprise me either. It's just Hunter was saying, there's no way in hell he brings Zoroark, and he brought it, so fuck you, Hunter. I'm just kidding. You are my love. So he leads with this thing, and like 9 out of 10 times, 10 out of 10 times, I'm clicking rocks. There's no reason to not do so, but he is Will-O-Wisp, so he's more of a defensive Zard. I'm going to guess for my, just my overall physical attackers like Entei and Paliswine and Cobalion, and even Scolipede. So it's a very interesting set, but this means he probably can't hit my Reuniclus too hard. And since Charizard doesn't have the best def in the world, I believe it's 79 with 70 some HP, it's gonna take Psychic pretty badly. But obviously he does have the Zoroark and the Starmie and the Fortress to go into, which is why I have knockoffs, so I can knock off their items. So I'm gonna go to Suicune here, and he's gonna go for the Fire Punch. I take that really well. 13% is like nothing. I'm gonna adjust this real quick, just slightly. Okay. Anyways, I predict the switching. He goes to the Fortress, and I click Toxic, and that's fantastic because I didn't expect him to go into Gliscor, and obviously Gliscor probably has Toxic Orb anyways, so I don't really care if you swap that in or not. But I could have gone for Scald, but I felt like Toxic in the Fortress, if it doesn't have Heal Bell or Aromatherapy, I think it's Aromatherapy it gets, but if it doesn't have Aromatherapy, then that's fantastic because I just start chipping this thing down. I force Wishes, and it gives Mons like my Cobalion to potentially get a free SD, or even my Scolipede to get a free SD. As long as rocks aren't up, Scolipede can take almost any hit from anything. As long as it's not like literally Zard's Fire Punch or Starmie Psychic. And obviously, as you saw, I don't have Mega Horn, so I can't actually Oko Starmie unless I have a +2 boost. But at +2, Poison Jab destroys it, so that's also pretty good. Anyways, I protect on the Moonblast, and at this point, I'm just gonna go hard into the Scolipede. I'm just kidding. He goes for I go for Scald, and then he goes for Toxic, which sort of made me mad because like Scolipede was a free ass play, and I didn't do so. And then I go into it this time around, and he clicks Synthesis. So I'm like, fuck it, dude. I'm gonna click SD. Like, no reason not to. I feel like being trigger happy. I'm like, let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. And he goes hard into Gliscor, and I don't see a Toxic Orb. So I'm like, oh, this is Zoroark. I guess he was just like scouting for something. I guess he was scouting to see if I'm adamant, and he's gonna kill me with Flamethrower. But I'm jolly, so I would kill the Zoroark anyway, so I'm like, okay, cool, I can kill him with Poison Jab here, easy peasy, lemon effing squeezy, but I don't know, I was being stupid, and I didn't even think that, oh, this could be a bait Gliscor set. Matt's known for his bait sets from time to time. It's just I'm so used to the cookie cutter sets, I didn't expect any heat, but This is actually Pasto Acrobatics, and if I were to click Aqua Tail there, I would have died. I would have 100% died. I would have gotten fucking knocked out of the park. But due to my retardedness, I clicked Poison Jab instead, and he's gonna go for Acrobatics, and I live with ease. Like, crit did 80%, which means obviously a normal one does over 50. Anyways, he goes into his Air Balloon Magnetism for no reason, as I click Aqua Tail, do 57, because it still wasn't clicking in my head that he was Pasto, and he lives from that range because he sent me the EVs later on after the game was over. So he would have been able to kill me if he stayed in, and the Air Balloon would still be intact on Magnet Zone, and it would be at 94%. So Matt is really just falling apart now in these last couple turns, because now I can just kill this with Earthquake, because I don't have to risk a Poison Jab. Aqua Tail miss. And now he's gonna go back into Gliss score, and he's in range of Z Aqua Tail now. I mean, he might have predicted the Z Aqua Tail on the swap. That might have been what he was going for, but either way, it doesn't work out. And at this point, I'm just going to click. I'm going to click Poison Jab. So I also didn't mention but every time I get a kill in the season, Starmie's gonna dance for me. So you're gonna see a bunch of unexpected spin the dances after every kill from Scolipede. But I guess after the third kill, you're gonna see why. But yeah, Spinda is just dancing a fucking party. So yeah, Spinda, dance your heart away. Dance your heart away. You deserve it. You effing deserve it. Okay, so yeah, 6-0, week 1. That's fantastic. thank you, Spinda, for the performance. I appreciate you. But anyways, so that's gonna be all for me. If the editing's choppy, that's whatever. I don't expect it to be smooth, but hey, we try our best. So yeah, that's all for me. I'll be seeing y'all later. Yeah, I needed to get this up there, so I gave you my sort of team builder breakdown, and I showed you my week 1. Week 2 should be up reasonably soon. We'll see. So yeah, that's all for me. Au revoir, and peace.